Hi guys, welcome to Autocad Engineering, and in this channel we will learn about AutoCAD Mechanical. This is the playlist I've made for beginners, I mean those who just started learning AutoCAD, and this is the first video. And if after going through this playlist then you think you are now good, you can now move to the next advanced playlist. But as for now, let's focus on this video. Okay, so this is the start screen of AutoCAD. As you can see, we have open, new, and recent. Recent gives a quick access to your recently done works, and open tab also opens your saved work. And over here, new, and new opens a new workspace. So over here, we have the application icon, and it has open, new, save, and save as. And here too is the quick access toolbar, and it has almost the same tools in the application button. Here is the workspace of AutoCAD, and here too is the tabs and ribbon area. As you can see, we have the home, insert, annotate, and parametrics, and so on. And here are the ribbons. We have the line tools, construction line tools, and the move, rotate, and so on. As for our stage, we will focus much on the home, annotate, and the parametric tabs. Yeah, as time goes on, we will figure out what this one does. Okay. We also have the command bar, and it is very useful in finding tools. Maybe if you have a tool in mind but you don't know where to find it in the ribbon area, just type it in the command bar. It will give you a quick access to that tool. And here too we have the status bar toggles. They are used for making precise drawings. We will talk more of this. So now let's draw our first line. To activate any tool, you just move your mouse pointer to the tool and click. When a tool is activated, you will see a cross and three rectangles. This cross is called the point selection cursor. And the first rectangle is making reference from what is written on your command bar. When you activate a tool and you hardly know how to use it, just read what is written on your command bar. It gives you the steps, or it gives you the first steps you should take. Maybe I don't know how to use a line. I went for a line and I don't know how to use it. I will read what is written on my command bar. It says specify your first point. So maybe I want to start drawing the line from here. So I will specify here. I'll just click, and here's my first point. So I can move to the exact length I want, maybe from here to here, and then click. After clicking, the tool doesn't deactivate, so you can draw so many lines. But when you want to deactivate the tool, you can press maybe escape or enter. So I'll press escape, and then the tool deactivates. With the second and the last rectangles, when I move the point selection cursor, you can see some numbers reading on it. These numbers are the coordinates of the first point you want to make. Let's take a closer look at the workspace over here. Yeah. As you can see, we have a vertical green line and a horizontal red line. If you can remember our normal graph book, before we can draw a line or a curve on it, we will first draw a vertical and a horizontal line, making the y-axis and the x-axis, and then we will label at an interval of maybe 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 35, or 10, 20, 30, 40. Yeah, both the y and the x-axis. The same thing happens here, nothing changes. So maybe if here is 5, 10, 15, 20, then here too should be 5, 10, 15, 20, and then here will be -5, -10, -15. And here it will also be -5, -10, -15. Let me remove this icon. I will type UCS icon, enter, and then press on enter, and I will select no origin. It moves here, it moves to no origin. Yeah. So we all know that the y and the x-axis all meet at a coordinate of 0, 0. So maybe when I want to draw a line, specifying my first point at the point of intersection of the y and x-axis, I'll go for a line, and then the command bar tells me to specify first point. I want to specify the first point over here. So I will just start typing. The blue indicates typing. I mean, the blue indicates where your first character will appear when you start typing. Over here, the blue is at the second rectangle. Maybe when I want to start typing on the third rectangle, I'll just click on tab, and then it will move to the third rectangle, and tab to move to the second rectangle. So I'll type 0, tab, 0, and then enter. It is starting from the intersection of the y and the x-axis. You can see that from here to here is 50. So it means it has an interval of 50. So it means from here to here is 50, and then 100 and 150, and then 200. So it means from here to here too is 50, 100, 150, and 200. So if I want to specify my first point at a coordinate of maybe 100 tab 100, it will be around here. So I'll go for a line and coordinate. I want my first point to be at a coordinate of 100 tab 100, enter. So it is here. Or to activate a recently used tool, you don't have to go back to the tool again. You can just click on enter, and the tool will come back. I mean, the recently used tool. Okay, so let's try maybe 0 tab 200. As we all know, the first number on the coordinate is for the x-axis, and the second number is for the y-axis. So the 0 is for the x-axis. So 0 tab 200. And these rectangles are called the dynamic input. The dynamic input. And we also have the navigation tools. As you can see over here, we have the north, east, west, and south. I mean the news. That's the full meaning of news. It means the information comes from everywhere. That was just by the way. And if you have noticed, my point selection cursor normally change from this to a pan. And I can also zoom in and zoom out with the mouse by just scrolling the mouse wheel. Yeah, and to change from this to the pan, you just have to click and hold on the mouse wheel. So with the mouse wheel, you can either scroll or click. If you click, it changes from the point selection cursor to the pan. And over here, as you can see, we have these two arrows, one facing anti-clockwise and one facing clockwise. Meaning when I click on the one facing clockwise, it rotates my workspace at an angle of 90 degrees clockwise, and I can also go back anti-clockwise, anti-clockwise, anti-clockwise. Yeah, so that's the navigation tools. You'll get to know more about them at the 3D aspect, but now let's focus on these ones. Now, when I click on an empty space on my workspace and I move either right or left, you will see a window. As you can see, when I move to the right, it turns to blue, and when I move to the left, it turns to green. These windows are used for selection. The green one is called the selection window, and the blue one is also called the crossing windows. Let's say I want to select these lines. Maybe I can click on them one after the other, but that's a waste of time. I would rather use the selection windows. To use the windows, all you have to do is to click on an empty space on your workspace, maybe here, and then move the point selection cursor to the object you want to select. But the difference between the blue and the green windows is that the green windows select any item which touches its boundary, like this. So I'll go for a line and draw a line from maybe here to here, and then I'll try to select this line using the green window. I'll start from here and move the window. The green window selects the object even if a tiny part of the object touches its boundary. And as for the blue window, every part of the object should be inside the boundary of it. If not, it wouldn't select it. Every part of the object should be inside the boundary. If not, it wouldn't select it. So let's say I want to select these two lines using the blue window. Only the top one will be selected because every part of the top line is inside the boundary of the blue window, but the down one isn't. But when I use the green window, every part which touches the boundary of the green window will be selected. That's the difference between the blue and the green window. What if I want to select this line, and this line? Using the selection windows wouldn't be possible. So that's when the lasso selection comes in. This is lasso selection and it is done by dragging your right mouse button. So I will click and drag from here, and then I can select this one and then come here and select this one and then select this one. That's the lasso selection. So we have three types. We have the selection windows, the crossing windows, and the lasso selection. This brings us to the end of the first part of the beginners playlist. In our next video, we will learn more about the ribbons area and the status bar toggles. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share for more. And if you have some questions, write it in the comment section and I'll try and answer you. Thank you.